Yeah, this is round of 32, and I think it's the last match we have here in this round, right?
Yeah. Well, what about Give the Dirty against Optimus Prime? They're playing at the moment?
Well, this is a long story.
Yeah. But it's one of the last round of 32 matches anyway, and once these players play out the match, we'll be able to move on a bit more to round of 16 and then round of 8. But overall, I think this tourney wasn't delayed so much like the previous ones, right? I think the format helps that it's a bit faster, so that's good. Anyway, let's focus on this game.
Yes, indeed. So let's start like this. We have here in the color teal Mitoe playing as Japanese versus GiveUAnxiety in the color blue, and he's Brits. The map is Manchuria, and we have the 3 TP spawn here.
I'm checking the Hans, and I guess it's okay. It's like kind of. No, I think it's okay.
It's okay. This is this, and this is this, and this is this, this is this, and this is a bit more closer, and this is a bit more far. But I think for this is this more closer, and it is a little bit more far.
Yeah, I think it's overall an okay spawn. All right. So
yeah, Manchuria, and I pointed out already we have 3 TPs this time and a lot of yaks, and we see here already that GiveUAnxiety is picking up 2 yaks and hunting down Mitoe's Japanese explorer. This is exactly what you want to make sure he cannot take a lot of yaks.
But at the same time, I mean, yeah, well, he did pick up 2 yaks, so yeah, that's okay. The problem is that you can't really do much about it, but of course the other guy got 2 explorers because it's Japan, and on this map it's just gonna be a lot of yaks for Mitoe. You can see he's already up 5-2. But they did spot this 85 wood treasure on the left, which means that maybe, I don't think any of them are going to be able to take it, but at least it means to GiveUAnxiety that he's going to be able to probably deny it, because it would be maybe a bit risky for Japan to start this treasure.
Yeah, he wants to keep him away from this. That's why he's still running behind him, and now he thinks like, I could try. Yeah, he's going for it, but it's risky. Because the other player, even when there's no line of sight, he can see that the treasure guardians are moving and that he's fighting it. And we see that he's bringing both explorers here. And
he's not microing at all, so he's also going to lose a lot of HP. And 2 Japanese monks together are actually not weak or something, as long as they're bossed together. Oh, and Mitoe got it. So that's just a big loss for GiveUAnxiety already. He's being pretty low HP and losing the treasure.
Yes. But Mitoe here is working on a 65 coin treasure. I think it's pretty easy to take, because with the Divine Strike from the monk.
Yeah, it's not exactly a very interesting treasure for Japan, but it's just easy to take, and well, why not, right? Mitoe already has the resources to click TH up. Did he make a consulate?
No, he have no consulate.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't have the resources to age up. I was surprised. Okay. Can you check his deck? I guess he's gonna go for this 300 wood stuff. Nope. Alright, 3 boats. Okay.
Yes, he shipped 3 boats. Here they are popping.
To be fair, it was a coin start, and coin start is very painful for Japan to build a consulate. But what I'm surprised about is that Mitoe has 160 wood banked, and he didn't make a shrine out of it. I'm not sure what he wants to do with this wood. Maybe he's consulate in transition or something. I'm not quite sure. Or a trading post. No, he's dropping a shrine on top of this hunt. I'm honestly a bit confused about why he didn't drop it earlier, because of course the earlier you drop your shrine, the more resources it's gonna gather. But it's not a huge deal either way. GiveUAnxiety getting his wood upgrade, so he dropped the market directly in transition and gets his wood upgrade.
Yeah, and he also didn't got the 100 coin here on the floor, because it's just gathering time from the villager, and it slows a little bit down the age up, but it's just like a couple seconds, right?
Yeah. probably less than 1 second difference, depending on if you gather the shrine or not, but there's really no reason to gather it in age 1 if you don't plan on going for a market anyway.
Oh, here we see 2 villagers forward with the mana in the back. It's something standard what you do to send 1 villager here to make them 1 mana and to maybe drop 2 Raxes. He have only 200 wood, so I expect him to drop 1 Rax.
But usually you see a longbow pike with a forward Rax in this matchup. It's very common, but it looks like GiveUAnxiety is still mining gold, even if he got the first gold crate and 2 more gold crates from the age up, and he didn't age up with 500 food. So it looks like he's not going for a longbow pike, but more for a musketeer start, which is kind of surprising. Also, I would like to point out that he has only 30 pop, which is very low for British. So I'm kind of confused about GiveUAnxiety's plan there, because if you want to go so all in, you would need probably more than 1 military building to spend your resources. I'm not sure what he wants to do with this almost 400 gold he's stacking right now.
We have here the consulate coming up, and also the barracks is going to build. Japanese consulate and a Rax. Do you think there is something behind this Japanese consulate from Mitoe?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be some rather aggressive build from Mitoe. I expect him to not make clubs actually, but to make shinobis. It's this kind of like bowmen. Because I've seen him do it quite a lot, and they do help against infantry more than clubs, obviously.
And GiveUAnxiety is starting with longbows.
Okay. Then I'm really confused about this gold stack from GiveUAnxiety then.
Maybe he was not sure with what he starts.
That's... Oh wait, but no, he made a batch of pikes already, right? There's pikes next to the blue explorer, I think. Musketeers, okay. But still, he got now 470 coin with his treasure. It's like an obscene amount of coin. It's like more than half.
This units here, the passing around the TP, the native post. It's good, hurtful. Yeah, it is hurtful, I guess.
Yeah. And those shinobis have more than like the regular infantry speed, which is 4. So they don't even slow down the ashes if you group them together. You can totally just catch up with these batches of longbows and musketeers with this mass of ashi and shinobis. It's not a problem. So that's not a winning fight for GiveUAnxiety. Obviously, Mitoe is being very all-in, skipping the Portuguese consulate, so his shrines are more expensive, and just shipping,
units.
Twice Ashigarus, but I think it's gonna pay off. I mean, look at the economic population.
Yeah, and GiveUAnxiety, he shipped 6 longbows, but in his base.
Yeah, anyways, it would honestly, it's even better in his base at this point because they would just die in the front base. Now at least he can get some free volleys out of them, but he kind of needs to call Minutemen now. At least it's the way to spend his gold, right? But it's a bit far from TC, but he needs to call Minutemen if he doesn't want to lose all his longbows. But it's too late already now, he's gonna lose.
I like this decision, he's going here with some musketeers, Ashigarus in melee mode and
Oh my god. Alright, GG.
Well, this first game goes to Mitoe. This was pretty fast, 7 minutes 32.
Yeah, it's a way to play this matchup as Japan. Of course, the classic way is to play defensive with Yumis, but a lot of people recently, and not so recently even, have been shipping Ashes and just being very aggressive because Brits don't have skirmishers, so they don't have a way to really kill Ashigarus besides their own musketeers and longbows.
This is a lot of units for Japanese at 6 minutes 25, it's 24 units.
It's kind of a gamble anyway. I mean, it's either it works or it doesn't, right? Like this all-in build from Mitoe would either clean up or Mitoe would probably have to resign quickly because he would just be very much behind in eco. But yeah, okay, that's one very fast game. So 1-0 for Mitoe.
Yeah, and it's now up to Mitoe to pick first, and the next map is Tibet.
Yeah, wow. I think it's also worth mentioning that British is a main sieve of GiveUAnxiety. He's very main sieve, I think. And so it's kind of a tough blow for GiveUAnxiety to already lose a game so quickly on his main civ against Mitoe's Japan, which is not his greatest civ. So it's gonna be tough for him now. The good thing is that indeed he can counter pick now. Yeah. But yeah, of course Mitoe, yeah.
A classic from Mitoe on this map, China.
Yeah, from a lot of players, but you need to know how to play China, and Mitoe does know how to play this civ, and it's definitely a very solid pick on Tibet. He does lock in China.
Yep.
So what is GiveUAnxiety gonna answer with? My bet is either Otto or India, because I know he can play both of these civs, and both of them perform quite decently on Tibet, especially India.
What do you think about France with China on this map?
Oh yeah, France also works here, but I'm not sure if GiveUAnxiety plays a lot of France. I think he's more comfortable with India, for example. We will see.
It looks like he takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to think a bit.
Oh, I think a lot of decks.
For China, for Mitoe, it was kind of a no-brainer because he knows that China is a top civ on Tibet and he can just lock in it, and he knows he's not gonna get hard countered by anything basically. So it was kind of like an easy pick for Mitoe, but GiveUAnxiety might have to take a bit more time to figure out which civ he's gonna play. And yes, it's a lot of decks.
I think Gua is taking a break.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking also. Well, we will see. So this was not a betting match actually.
No, it wasn't a betting match.
I think all the bets are closed now, and Goodspeed is maybe waiting for the next round to start.
Yeah, I think so.
That means we're gonna have a nice batch of betting matches.
Also, the second chance tournament started.
I don't think there's betting on second chance, right?
No, there's no betting on it, but the tournament started, and yeah. There will be also a lot of games of it streamed.
Yeah, and it's one of the highest level second chance tourneys I've seen, I think. Usually in second chance the highest level players were like PR31 or something, and in this second chance you have Dictator, for example, Lucas. I think there's like a few lieutenant colonel guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think even I Am Turk is there.
Yeah, I Am Turk also, so it's a colonel. So that's gonna be interesting. So we do have Otto. I was expecting this. Yeah.
Yeah, GiveUAnxiety is going for Otto.
Yes, and honestly, I'm not sure what to think about this pick against China. On the one hand, it feels kind of okay because you do get probably a stagecoach and it's a kind of low resources map. But at the same time, China just gets so much livestock and the treasures in age 1, while Otto is just taking a TP. And it's also a coin start without food, which is the worst start for Otto. And of course, China gets the classic 300 wood, 200 food like every game. So that's already a very bad start for Otto just because of this crate spawn.
Yeah. And we have here in the color tier Mitoe playing as China. And on the other side we have GiveUAnxiety in the color red, and he's playing Otto.
Indeed. And he's gonna directly drop a TP. Dropping his CP on the good side actually, so he's gonna get the best XP. Something I personally forget a lot on this map, but that's good for him.
That's really smart. I like this decision to go with the yak behind your base and scout a little bit around if, to see where's the next hunt and maybe some small treasures, because here around you have mostly some 40 wood, 50 wood, and 50 coin, and some small treasures, or here 40 XP.
There's a lot of useless small treasures on the outer ring of this map, but there's also a couple, like you mentioned, 50 food or 40 wood, and that's very good.
And that's also good now for Mitoe here, 90 wood so early.
And a batch of 2 yaks, because there's batches of 2 yaks spread on this middle ring.
Yeah, here we can see.
Wait, where are the other 2 yaks? Did Mitoe already take... Oh, okay, there's 2 for...
Mitoe have already 1...
Yeah, they spawn in base. You get some yaks in base on this map, between 1 and 3, I think. That's... Oh, Otto got it, but he's gonna... maybe not die, but
lose his explorer.
No, I think he will make it back to his base, but he's gonna lose quite a lot of HP, and it's gonna make it significantly harder for him to grab some trading posts in transition to colonial, or if he wants to. Then again, maybe he doesn't plan on taking TPs, but let's just say that as Otto, it's usually part of the plan, so we will see. He has a very not so standard, I mean, yeah, it is standard, but there's a 6 giants, which is kind of really all in. But overall quite standard deck for GiveUAnxiety, also quite standard deck for Mitoe, with a lot of H4 cards. I think H4 cards as China are a must on a map like Tibet, where there's a lot of livestock, because of course you're gonna get a lot of food income around the time where you wanna click age up to industrial. So it's gonna help him, if he wants to go industrial, it's gonna help him a lot to speed up his age of time.
Red is really in big trouble here. He don't want to lose his explorer to maybe a bit more TPs, but the Chinese explorer is going back.
GiveUAnxiety is already aging up, and he already got a couple villagers forward. Not sure why he's splitting them. Does he have ATP in deck?
No, he doesn't have ATP in deck. I think maybe he's planning on some cheesy stuff. This decision I like, that he's going here on the side because it's easy to wall up, and we also see some spawns where you have here a way to go down from the cliffs, but there's only here, so it's not so easy then to rush when you go on the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I never paid attention to that. It's true that the gaps in the middle ring is are not always in the same spot, and it's anyway I think better to go on the side, because in the middle there's like sometimes one hunt like here, but there's no gold and not a lot of food anyway, and it's just better usually to go on the side to secure the resources, and also, like you mentioned, not get walled up so easily. And GiveUAnxiety did not claim a trading post. He's just gathered, I think, 200 wood in transition, so this probably means that he's gonna go for this double racks rush.
Yeah, he is lucky. Mitoe didn't scout it, I think so. The monk was running here, but he didn't scout this villager, and he's scouting now here this side. That's lucky.
Yeah, but it's also maybe because Mitoe is so HP and he was afraid.
But there is a villager herding this hunt, so maybe he will see it when it's up. What do you think? No, he don't.
I think Mitoe is anyway quickly enough gonna spot the plan, because, okay, now that's very risky from Mitoe. Can you check his explorer? It's so low HP. GiveUAnxiety should just TC fire that. Like, it's 100 XP. Oh, 3 hearts. Oh, kill it. Oh, this is so good for Mitoe. Now he... Oh, wait. No, is he gonna lose? Oh, this is so intense. Oh, and now GiveUAnxiety is trying to TC fire, but Mitoe got more HP on his explorer because of the age up, so it's just so sad. Okay, this is good for Mitoe.
He's gonna lose it now.
He's gonna lose it, but he spotted a 3 Hussar card, and so now he knows what's going on. He's still gonna lose a villager, sadly, but well, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
He didn't even bother with this villager, because he was like, it's already dead, so he can gather a little bit more food.
But he could have pulled it back because he saw the 3 Huss. I think it's kind of sloppy from Mitoe that he lost his monk, but he's maybe just busy doing other stuff. A rack's going up, so that's not the classic FF from China. I'm pretty sure Mitoe is gonna ship units first, because he likes to do that.
Minutemen?
Yeah.
The middle ones for against the Huss.
Against the Huss,
he shipped the 8 bows.
Yeah, I think Mitoe is gonna be totally okay there. And it's this weird rush from GiveUAnxiety where he goes double racks but doesn't ship crates, and I just personally think it's not very efficient. You just don't get stuff out of your axes, and you might as well get more trading posts instead of the second racks, and I don't know.
Wasn't it a kind of meta on Nilla to make this kind of rush?
This kind of rush with one racks is very classic. It's just a normal gen rush, but here you see he has to chop wood for houses because he didn't ship wood crates, and still tries to mass out of 2 axes, which is basically impossible because you can't just get the eco to do that as auto. So I'm not sure what is going to be the follow-up for GiveUAnxiety. He used already boss unit shipments and didn't really achieve anything with them. Now he's not going to mass so much, probably going to ship 700 wood next.
But there's a problem for Mitoe. He was housed.
He's still housed, but I think he got a 9-pack shipment on the way. Oh no! The flamethrower and crossbow shipment, which is actually okay, I think, against this massive Jan, because the flamethrower is gonna tank and do some damage. Look at that.
Yeah, the flamethrower is not so bad versus only infantry, but it dies super fast to cavalry. We can see it, how fast it loses HP.
Yeah, it's quite an expensive stuff to ship. You pay basically an extra, I think it's an extra 500 foot just for the flamethrower. You get the same amount of Shukanus like the first card, but you pay 500 foot for the flamethrower, which is not exactly worth it. But still, it's a lot of crossbows now for Mitoe, and GiveUAnxiety got no more unit shipments. And these crossbows can kite Jans forever. They got more speed and more range, and they are really strong against musketeer type unit.
The flaming thrower here is just like
2 wheels dropping. Yeah. That's huge for auto. GiveUAnxiety probably gonna pop some Jans. He's trying to trap Mitoe. Mitoe just escaping through the middle ring, sacking his flamethrower because it's gonna tank and give him more time to hit and run, and cover mode his spikes as well. And I think that's just very nicely microed from Mitoe, and he's just gonna get a great trade out of it.
But they are popping, I think 9 Janissaries was it, and no, it's again quite even. Yeah, but the range of the Shokunus is better, right?
And look at the stats. They have only 5 attack, but they shoot 3 times, so it's basically 15 attack times 2 against heavy infantry, which is the same attack as a skirmisher, but of course they're much cheaper than skirmishers. So basically, they can't hit and run as well as skirmishers, but in a standing fight, they still do the same damage. And you see how fast the Jans are melting. I mean, Jans got a lot of HP, right? And still you can see they're just dropping. And what now? I mean, game over, yeah? Alright.
Okay. So this goes also to Mitoe?
Yeah, 2-0 already. Wow, that's very quick games. I just think this rush is just not viable. You just don't get stuff out as auto, and you have no follow-up either, so it's not really, it's all in, but it doesn't like pressure that much. Then you might as well, I think, go for 700 wood, 700 foot, 600 foot, 3 hearts or something, and just do a big timing, or just a regular gen rush with only 1 racks. Then you have 200 wood for houses, and it's just easier to mass. Anyway, we're gonna go to game 3 out of this best of 5, so that's a match point for Mitoe already. And it's also up to GiveUAnxiety to pick first. So that's tough now.
And it's Gran Chaco. What do you expect GiveUAnxiety to do on Gran Chaco? Which civilization he might pick? India. Never mind the question.
I would have probably said India, because I expected him to maybe take it on Tibet, and here it's also fine. Some livestock and no TP is okay. India is anyway a solid pick overall. I expect Mitoe to go Dutch or India Mirror. Because, well, he plays boss of these Civs, India and Dutch, and they're both very strong picks on this map, and they're both, of course, fine against India. So, I don't think he will pick anything else. He might surprise us, but I honestly believe in Dutch or India.
India. So we are going for an India mirror. So this is a match point for Mitoe so far, after a 7-minute 30 game and an 8-minute 40 game.
Yes, this was quite quick. I hope this game is going to be a bit closer. Because if not, it's going to be a very short series.
Do you want to introduce the players this time?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, we're just waiting for EP.
Yep, alright. So that's on the top left corner of the map in the color teal, Mitoe up to 0 in the space of 5, playing as India against GiveUAnxiety on the other side of the map, playing as India as well actually, and in the color blue. And the map is Gran Chaco, where you have these llamas next to the 2 pawns. And you see already GiveUAnxiety going to one of the pawns at least, and Mitoe also going to one of them. So they're probably both gonna grab 4 llamas, I expect. Although, I think GiveUAnxiety found a treasure on the right. In the blue on the right.
Give me a second.
You're checking hands? Yeah. I think it's a bit GiveUAnxiety favored. Yeah. I mean, Mitoe does have these 2 hands here, but they are just far. The two next hands. You got just okay. Mitoe wants to play. Okay.
So yeah, let's put some fog of war and oh wow, he still these 2 llamas here.
Yeah, so that puts Mitoe 6 llamas to 2. And that's quite nice in an India mirror to have these 4 extra llamas.
I think he's going now here for the 100 XP.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's an OTP map, and India is not exactly a civ that needs a training post, but they do like sometimes to pick one, and having this XP treasure and the livestock makes up for it. Kind of a bold move from GiveUAnxiety to start taking this treasure with only 1 elephant. It's gonna be very low HP, I think. If the other alligator wakes up, but I think it's gonna be fine. But still, GiveUAnxiety is very low HP now.
That's risky.
Oh. Yeah, look at that. I mean, 20 HP. But then again, in an India mirror, you can't really ever lose your explorer to another one unless there's a treasure contention. But and Mitoe gonna grab this. What is it? 100 food or 75 wood?
It's 100 food. It will help Mitoe to age up slightly earlier.
So he. Oh wait, the boss got 100 XP actually.
Yes, I do.
But 100 food for Mitoe is now very comfortable. And it's somehow already way ahead in food compared to GiveUAnxiety. I'm not sure why.
We might have already stopped a little bit earlier than GiveUAnxiety to shop wood.
Can you show units in queue? Oh well, but he's still training villagers.
Yeah, but he's aging now.
Yeah, but much earlier than GiveUAnxiety. Yeah, I guess he just macroed better. He chopped less wood. GiveUAnxiety had 2 wheels in queue, which means that he chopped a bit too much wood for 1 villager he didn't need. Either way, we do have a Carney for Mitoe, which is not standard in this matchup, I believe.
Well, maybe he wants this time to boom a little bit and go not so aggressive. I think then it's a decent decision in this mirror when you don't want to rush, and we see here the aggro fort is going up for GiveUAnxiety.
Yeah, the thing is that it's probably pretty risky in a matchup where the opponent can go aggro and just Sepoy rush you with 12 Sepoy, and if you get only 5 Gorka out, there's his 2 elephants, and his Sepoys can maybe catch up and kill your Gorkas. I'm not sure about that, but we will see. And knowing GiveUAnxiety, I am pretty confident he will Sepoy rush. But then again, Mitoe is aged up earlier than GiveUAnxiety, so it's gonna make it harder for GiveUAnxiety to rush.
But Mitoe spotted this right now, so he can prepare for it.
Yeah, he definitely knows what's going on now. And yeah, he can be ready. Oh, he's herding quite far on the left.
Yeah.
That's not gonna go in the TC for sure. It's gonna backherd before. It's almost 2 screens.
Yeah, you have here another hunt and here this hunt also, so...
Yeah, and India doesn't need that much food since their villagers cost food.
But Blue have a lot of food under TC. Wow.
Yeah. They actually boss herding pretty well.
Yeah.
Herding is like something you learn to do very early in the skill, I mean. But even at high levels, sometimes you don't herd as well as you should because you're busy doing other stuff. So it's always nice to see some good herding. Oh. Why did he
rally point, you say lol rally point.
Yeah, I know, but why would the rally point even be there?
Another one. La la la.
Hey.
La, la.
That's confusing. At this point, Mitoe could have maybe walled up the Agra fort. Nah, I don't think it would work. And oh, this is Mitoe already getting the biggest market upgrade. This is 10% on every resources and it costs 300 resource to research. So that's quite an investment early on. I guess it's fine on a map where you don't pay for draining posts anyway. You
Look
can
at this ready point.
Oh, he could backherd his food. Oh, but I think GiveUAnxiety saw it because he's sending some sepoys on the right and his elephant as well. Both his elephants actually. Oh, if he spots this, it could be...
Yeah, and there are already the 2 sepoys from the H-up.
Yeah. Is he gonna just run around it without spotting the villas? Oh, this would be so unfortunate for GiveUAnxiety. Yeah, he doesn't see these villagers. There's one more on wood on top, but oh, and now this is so unfortunate. It's even gonna buy time for Mitoe now because there's units from GiveUAnxiety running around trying to find villagers and he doesn't find anything. So it's just really good for Mitoe, in fact.
Mitoe have Iraqs in base and also dropping the consulate here. Do you think he's going more greedy with his consulate and go for the 3 villagers from the Ottoman consulate?
Well, I think he would maybe do something different if he was pressured, but since in fact GiveUAnxiety is going for 600 wood and it's almost 7 minutes, there's still no units in Mitoe's base. I think he knows he can boom, so he's probably gonna just go for the villagers from the Otto consulate. And that's also probably what GiveUAnxiety is doing as well.
But he spotted this villager here, he could just go and kill it. But he preferred to first take this treasure.
Well, I mean, he walked next to it, but maybe he didn't notice it. I'm not sure. Because I think you would kill the villager if you saw it. It's much more interesting than a treasure.
Well, it's teal and it's close to the pond also.
I guess. Wait, is he gonna lose an elephant to the pirate? Oh no, never mind. So now we have in fact both players kind of booming. The difference between being that Mitoe has the Carney, so he got more eco, but GiveUAnxiety got the Agra, so he got more map control. And the other difference is that Mitoe has a more greedy build order probably. Oh, he's gonna age.
He's on French consulate, maybe? So he's shipping no, this is the crates from the town center, but maybe he's shipping crates from the French consulate. And we see here Blue having the Otto consulate.
Mitoe is massing from this coin, not aging. Honestly, I think he's gonna get grenadiers. Or is he getting crates? He doesn't really have export. Can you check text completed? Yes, that villager is gonna die.
No, there is nothing.
He didn't get anything from the consulate because he didn't ship 300 export, and when you don't ship that card, you need to pay full price to ally to a consulate. So you need to pay 100 export to go to, for example, French consulate instead of 25 export. And I don't know what he's gonna get out of it. I would have liked to see grenadiers to siege down the Agra fort. You know, it would be pretty funny. But maybe it's just gonna be the classic crates from the French consulate. Anyway, it looks like a really classic timing build order, you know. Villager shipment, so here instead it's a wood trickle, but it's basically the same. then wood crates, then gold crates, and then I expect a unit shipment and Mitoe just pushing. It's the same you can do with a lot of civs to do a timing push. You get ecos, then you get your wood for infrastructures, and then you get your gold to mass big batches out, and then a unit shipment for the timing, and you just push. I guess that's what Mitoe's gonna do. And he did drop his export, so now there's something on the way for Mitoe. 700 food.
It's,
and he gets
it's coin.
So he's maybe just gonna age, in fact? That's not a really classic build order.
Yeah, he's stacking, and he also has food. He shipped it, 700, and I think he's gonna age with all these resources.
Yeah, maybe. I'm kind of surprised that he needed to ship the 700 food. Oh, thank you for the subscription.
Yeah, who's watching? Thanks a lot for the subscribing.
Subscription, I think you would say. For subscribing, I guess. Yeah, Mitoe is aging. I'm kind of surprised by this mass of crates he had to ship in Colonial. Like, I'm not sure about the 700 food and the coin from the consulate. I feel like he could have just aged from 600 coin. Maybe he just wanted to play it safe and mass a bit more before aging.
This house here for line of sight.
Yeah.
That he doesn't lose these guys.
Yeah, that's...
And he's gonna... Well, now he's doing something that now it's making him in a better spot maybe with the hunts, that he backherded here this food.
I think there's another reason why. If you can show again the hunt. Look how it looks with Fog of War. You don't know if there's villagers on it. There's actually a way to know is to click on the food and you see how fast it's decaying, and now you see there's no vills on it. But still, GiveUAnxiety could maybe send units there and like, oh, I'm gonna kill villagers, and then in fact there's nothing, you know? It could be a bait. So Mitoe is aging, and GiveUAnxiety is probably gonna push then, but honestly he doesn't have a very scary mass because he shipped an upgrade and he didn't go for a very for a build order that allows him to mass a lot. He shipped 3 greedy cards while Mitoe shipped crates from consulate and 2 times like coin and food crates, so he massed a lot more. And Mitoe is at the end of the day not really behind in military, and I think when he gets the veterancy and maybe 1 unit shipment in, Mitoe is gonna be totally fine to hold this.
Oh, and there we go.
Yeah, I mean...
But he have already going to research to upgrades for his Zamboraks and also for his Gurkhas.
Yes, so I mean at this point...
he needs to bring here these musketeers. 8
Gurkha shipment now, and Mitoe is more than fine. And GiveUAnxiety has 2 cards on his camels, but camels don't matter so much in this with this unit composition. What matters is the mass of Gurkhas here. And look at the set of Minutemen and now Inspiration being called. Mitoe is gonna totally rape this fight. I mean, he's got veteran, Gurkhas, Inspiration, and...
Yeah, but he has problems with the passing, with the camels here.
Yeah, honestly doesn't matter. I mean, he's just fine.
It looks still close. If you could have spotted these villagers here and go with musketeers and this would have been...
Look now, 10 Gurkhas popping, because they're also fighting in Mitoe's base, so of course you can pop some stuff. Can even TC fire, yeah, it's just over. Alright.
GG. Well, yeah, congratulations to Mitoe.
Yeah, that was a very quick series. And congratulations to Mitoe, and yeah, let's just read this, it's interesting.
We have it here.
Yeah, GiveUAnxiety was why he won't say. Anyways, the series is over, so... Ah, boy.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, it's just...
There was one big fight when Mitoe did age and he had upgrades in and he had almost the same... Well, there's only 3 units different, or 4.
Mitoe just went very greedy early on and then stopped being greedy by shipping just crates and massing and aging. And while GiveUAnxiety was not going so greedy, he started with 600 wood and went for an Agra Fort. And then it means that GiveUAnxiety is gonna mass a bit more slowly and his timing was just not very scary, and yeah, it was just a build order win for Mitoe there, I think. And yeah,